So I'm treating these guys with metroplex and focus and just medicating the food just because I suspected they might have some kind of internal parasites. But I've been keeping an eye on them. You can see some of them look pretty fat right now, and that's mostly because I kind of accidentally overfed them. When I was mixing up the food with the medicine, it was hard to tell how much it was, basically, because I'm used to just putting it in the tank and sort of gauging it based on how it spreads out in the tank. So I sort of just made a best effort, but the real reason I made this video is I kind of wanted to show how these fish are with their territories. So if you look at this guy, he has made that his cave. This Mbuna right here, you can see how he thinks I'm gonna feed him. That big guy, the big Mbuna there, that's his little cave there. Likewise, this guy right here, the big Mbuna, he's pretty much made this his area, and he has built this sand hill to almost turn this thing into a cave. And you can see he even spit out that little bit of sand right there. He's building up next to it. Meanwhile, this guy over here, he seems to have dug out this corner. This guy right here, this Mbuna has dug out this little corner here. And I'm still trying to see what other fish have been digging what holes. I saw one of the smaller Mbunas was digging out this smaller hole right here. And yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. They don't always seem to have an objective when they're digging little holes, but sometimes they seem to. You can see this Mbuna over here. This is like his area. Like back in that little cave there, you'll see that he just sort of hangs, when he doesn't think I'm about to feed him, because they just all ran to the front, but you'll see he sort of just sticks in there. He's behind that rock right now. That is his area. I'm trying to see if I can see him, but he's hiding back there. Oh, there he is. Yeah, that is his little area. And he is definitely the alpha male Mbuna. And look, there he is, back in his hole. The big Mbuna. He's the biggest Mbuna too. It's kind of funny how the biggest Mbuna and the biggest Mbuna have both made little territories here and then here. And then the other Mbuna is who's pretty big, he's staking out over here. So, I don't know. I've noticed some of the fish will stay inside inside some of these holes, like over there and whatnot, but none of them seem to stay there consistently. Not as consistently as the holes that they dig. So, yeah, we'll see how the treatment goes. Some of these guys are pretty bloated looking right now, but that's mostly because I overfed them. They're not usually this bad looking normally. Although the one yellow lab, this guy over here, you can see he looks, the one in the back there, yeah, him, you can see he looks pretty fat. And he's also had some weird issue with his fin, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on him. It looks like he is actually pooping something, which is good. Although it looked very inflamed in that area. I don't know what's going on with him, but needless to say, they all overate, but they overate food that was dosed with metroplex. So if they do have any parasites, hopefully they all just got a healthy dose of that medicine. So I hope this treatment works well. Seems to be what most people recommend for these guys when they have an issue. So it's funny because most of the ones that did have the sunken bellies, now that they've overeaten, they all sort of look fat. So I think what I might keep doing is I'm gonna try to feed them a little lighter next time, but with the same dose. So they should still get a nice dose of medicine and hopefully not fatten them up as much. And then I'm thinking I'll do this for 5 days. and then hopefully after that they're good. Well, we'll see. I might even do 7 days just to be sure. They say just do it until you stop seeing symptoms, but I feel like it would make sense to go a little longer than that because, well, just because you stop the symptoms doesn't mean it's completely gone, you know? So I might do a little extra. I've even heard of people doing it once a month as like a prophylactic thing. I don't know if I'll go that far unless I'm adding in new fish or something, but for now, you know, I'm just going to try this routine for the next week, and hopefully, you know, they don't have any more stringy poop and sunken bellies. You know, the other thing I've noticed going on a little bit is some what they call flashing, where the fish almost looks like he's scratching himself against the sand or a rock or whatever. I've only noticed a couple of them do it, but it's, you know, it's been enough of them doing it that I suspect that it's all related. So the Metro is supposed to treat not only internal parasites, but stuff like ick and all that kind of stuff as well. So hopefully it helps with that. You know, I also read the UV light will help with the flashing, the kind of external, you know, the kind of parasites that might attach to the outside of the fish or whatever. I have, of course, had to turn that UV light off while I treat these guys. So if it does help with that, I'm not going to know till later. But I have a feeling this medicine is going to do more than anything else. So we'll try the medicine. The Purigen and the UV light are both off right now. And you can see the reactor is not doing anything. And the green light on there is off, and the UV light is that tube right there, right above the heaters, and it is off. You can even see on the apex the little orange light there. That orange light is off. Still got the fridge door sump light, or stand light, whatever you want to call it. Works well. I'm pretty happy with how that all came out. These guys are getting all excited because they think I'm going to feed them. You know, literally they could be bloated to death and they would still want food. It's kind of funny how these guys are. But yeah, most of these bigger guys are the ones I'm worried about most. You can see they fattened up from that food. But that yellow lab there is real fat and it's a gimped out fin. He's the one I'm most concerned about. So I'll be keeping a close eye on him. We'll see what he does. Yeah, I mean, as long as they keep eating, then at least I can treat them with the Metro in the food. If they stop eating, then I'd almost be tempted to pull them out into the quarantine tank and just dose the entire tank. This is 120 gallons. So I'm trying not to do that in this tank if I don't have to. I even have like clout and some other stuff, but again, I don't really want to put clout in this tank and dye the water and all that and try to put a high enough dose to dose 120 gallons plus the sump. It's asking for trouble. Oh, here's something interesting I noticed. This Mbuna is starting to color up. And he's like half yellow right now and half black, which looks a little interesting. If he would only turn. Yeah, there he is. You can see him, he's like half yellow and half black. Kind of cool. He's transitioning into his adult colors or whatever, male colors. Although I guess that does mean he's probably a male, so well, we'll see how many males I ended up with. But well, I'm not even entirely sure, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, for now, otherwise they're doing okay. It's really only that one fish, that yellow lab, was a little concerning, and some of the rusties also had similar like stringy poop and all that. And then it was the main Gano who were looking a little thin. Of course, right now they all look fat, but no, I'll keep a close eye on them all. Keep this up for the next week, and then we'll see how they do. Thanks for watching.